Don't ever look back at night when trailing the village path. Welcome to the Energumen episode 12. Don't forget to like, share, and comment.
The generator sat silent, a week's worth of constant power rendering it useless. Morning to night, night to morning. The electricity had been uninterrupted until yesterday, when the storm hit. With a vigil starting at 10 p.m., a crucial thought struck me. We needed fuel. If the power died while we were out, our phones would surely follow. The best plan was to fire up the generator and charge our gadgets before we left, because coming back exhausted from the vigil, we'd be too drained to do it. Without waiting for instructions, I grabbed the fuel can. The gas station wasn't far, so there was no need to bother Dad, especially since I still didn't know how to drive. It had never really bothered me, to be honest. Tonight, however, the lack of light plunged everything into darkness. I walked casually, scrolling through Facebook, letting the endless feed distract me from my surroundings. Still, in the quiet corners of my mind, I could hear the crickets chirping and the owls hooting. There's this superstition about owls, They say they're carriers of evil, and if one cries constantly in your home at night, death is certain. Only fervent prayers or specific rituals can avert it. I remembered a story from high school. This kid in my class, he told us how an owl hooted at their house for a solid week. His parents started making frantic calls to relatives, some of whom ignored them, assuming it was for money. He said just 2 weeks later, his uncle died in a fatal accident in Lagos. Then the owl stopped coming. A few motorbikes zipped past, some stopping to offer me a ride, which I politely declined. The reels on my phone had me completely hooked. It was 8 p.m., and the streets were starting to empty, though most people were still clustered around the market square, sitting in beer parlors, enjoying bushmeat, or packed into viewing centers, watching football and playing FIFA. The FIFA games here were way cheaper than in town. I reached the fuel station and had to wait about 5 minutes. A small queue of motorists and drivers were already there. My mind quickly ran through a mental calculation of their daily earnings. Seeing the constant stream of cars, it seemed like a lucrative business. Maybe I'd suggest the idea to Dad. I'm not as business-minded as Junior, but I'm pretty crafty with programming and forex trading. My turn finally came, and I took the opportunity to admire the salesgirl. She was quite pretty, plump, fair-skinned, with amazing small eyes. I looked at her, smiled, and said, "Hi." She returned the smile. "Your face doesn't look familiar. New in town?" "Kinda, well, yeah." I replied, a little self-conscious. "You know the faces of all your customers?" She chuckled. "I know you. I was actually standing right beside you the night the electrician died working for your family." "Oh," I responded, feeling a bit embarrassed. "And I've come to your house twice to fetch water. Once you gave me, the second time, your other brother. You look better than him," she added with a mischievous smile. "Come on, boy. She likes you," my mind urged. Can I have your Facebook name? I could search you up and we could talk often there." I inquired. "Sure," she said. "My name is Joy David." I quickly typed her name into the search bar. There she was, among a ton of people with the same name, but easily identifiable. I hit send friend request. "We'll talk some other time," I said, turning to walk back home. Our stay in the suburban town wouldn't be so bad after all, I thought. A smile spreading across my face as images flooded my mind. Strolling the local malls, having lunch, taking walks in the forest, admiring nature. My thoughts were abruptly cut short by a loud whisper, like someone called my name in a very low, yet distinctly audible tone. I spun around, looking but saw no one. Maybe I didn't hear it right, I thought, continuing my journey. I tried to pick up where my pleasant daydreams had left off, but the images were now blurry, impossible to reconstruct. Just then, I heard footsteps behind me. I turned, carefully switching on my phone's flashlight, hoping to catch a glimpse of something. The road home was crooked, tarred, but tall grasses lined both sides, giving it a spooky vibe. I stood for a moment, staring into the darkness, but nothing happened. I turned and started walking back home much faster, fear gradually seeping into my bones with each chilling step. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was someone was actually following me. With every step I took, the person took one too. Now, the footsteps were getting closer, louder, but I couldn't run, nor did I have the guts to look back. It was like a horror movie, the killer stalking you. Then an idea sparked. I raised my leg to take a step and froze at midair. Boom! The footsteps behind me hit the ground and stopped. Caught ya! With a swift motion, I whirled around, the flash from my phone's light cutting through the darkness. There before me was Junior, laughing so hard that tears streamed down his face. I was furious, mad, angry, but also incredibly relieved. How could you do this to me? I demanded, asserting my authority as the elder brother. He didn't answer, just kept laughing. The more he laughed, the more upset, yet relieved I became. What are you even doing out here? I finally asked. Why has it taken you so long to get back? He countered. Are you blind? I trekked. I retorted. So, you were sent to find me? Let's go home. No, Rose is running a temperature. Someone asked me to go get her some drugs. He replied. Then let me escort you, I insisted, but he waved me off. You'll see me in a short time. Run along now and don't look back, he added, then ran off. I hissed and continued walking. Our home wasn't far now, and just then the lights came on. The security light shone brightly, a beacon guiding me like a sailor to a lighthouse. I opened my phone again, a notification popping up. Joy had accepted my request and sent a hi. A bike passed me, and I heard someone call my name. It was my aunt. I'd overheard she was following us to the vigil. I waved back and shouted, I'm coming, Auntie. I reached the gate and felt a whoosh sound, but didn't bother to look back, dismissing it as the wind. What took you so long? Dad queried as I entered. Nothing, Dad, just a long queue at the fuel station. Is that why you sent Junior to come find me? Besides, I think we need to wait for him till he's back. Till he was back? Mom asked, her brow furrowed with curiosity. I just saw him run along, saying you asked him to get drugs for Rosemary, who's running a temperature. I replied, Junior, Junior. Mom called out, her voice laced with concern. Just then, Junior emerged onto the balcony. I looked at him, fear gripping me. Junior never left here. We've all been here waiting for you and your aunt. Huh? I asked, my eyes bulging out. My aunt entered the room, her voice a low murmur. Who was the lady you were walking with? Just slightly behind you?